and the styles of it. First, we're going to give a background information about the Moors. The Moors were African people who came into Spain. They were Muslims. They followed Islam. So, all of the Moorish style, because of their culture, it's around religion. This is like a daily life of a Muslim. Yes. And well, these are some characteristics of them. They are generally black, North Africans who conquer Spain, Portugal, and the Pyrenees region in France. They were soldiers or slaves. They were their only jobs. And in 1452 they were expelled from Spain. So a little background on the Islamic culture. They believe that everything they do throughout the day and throughout their life is to please Allah. And everything they do, Allah will judge them. And so they have to pray 5 times a day facing the Mecca, that is in Saudi Arabia. And Muslims, since they are little, they are taught to fix their lives around the Quran. So we are trying to understand this so we can figure out how all of their churches and everything is because of how they live and how
So what
they
is
think.
the Quran?
It's like
It's
that.
like their holy book. It's like our Bible.
Yes, the holy book. Here are people, Muslims.
Here we
praying.
can see a lot of Muslims and Moorish people praying towards Mecca.
It's our church.
Well, here are some of the characteristic of women, like how they dress, because they have to be all covered, and these are parts of their clothing, like the hat. It's a scarf covering their hair. The shaila, a long rectangular scarf pin or tuck at the shoulder, leaving the face uncovered. And the burqa that covers the entire head and body, including the eyes. And some other parts of their clothing, and this is because women they have rules. They cannot show their body if they are not their family or husbands. And
Their role in marriage is if a man can afford 3 wives, he can have them, as long as he can afford them. And women are supposed to be serving the men, to
even though the Quran says women and men are equal and they have the same rights, but they also say men protects and provides everything for their family, so that's why they treat women like they're
not equal.
They're different.
yeah.
Like men and women had their distinct roles, but supposedly in the Quran they are the same.
This is a picture of a wedding. And their daily life clothing.
Next, we're going to see Moorish architecture throughout Europe, because Moorish, well, what we're trying to study here is more than the Moorish mosques or their own buildings. We're studying more their influence, because when they passed to Europe, they left their mark on there, and a lot of churches and buildings that are not are not their own have a lot of their style in it. And Well, first of all, Moorish style is well known for its ceramics and for using a lot of decorative tile work in them. They put a lot of florals and they also put a lot of geometric figures. They are known, well, there is a known fear that they have that is called the horror of the vacuum, because they like to decorate like every little space in their church and other buildings. Like if you look at this picture, you can see how each part has its own decoration and nothing is left blank.
Some features of the, like to recognize a Moorish building. The arches can be of four types: the horseshoe, the lancet, the crenellated, and the ogee. They have different ending of the arch. That's what, and you can also see that they are very decorated.
And then here, these are other features of the Moorish architecture. Like they like to include a lot of courtyards, like in which they put like pools. Also, they like a lot of domes, busoirs, and mukarnas, which are like little pots in the wall. Like they're like holes, but in a lot of amounts. And here we can see St. Peter's Church in Teruel, which is in Spain. And well, in here we can see that the niche has a lot of ceramic, well, like geometric figures in ceramic in the niche. And this resembles Moorish architecture in that church in specific.
This is the house of Vicens. It was built in 1889. It's in Barcelona. It was built by Gaudi.
And it's the residence of a family, like he built it for a family. And here we can also see that all the walls on the outside have ceramics in them. And this, of course, resembles again the Moorish because it's like their main feature.
They have a lot of tiles and
The arcs, they have
The
like-
arcs also.
it's very decorated.
And in here we can see the Castle of the Moors, which is in Sintra, Portugal. This castle was architected by the same Ferdinand II of Portugal, and well, it was one of the first architectural pieces. It was a military point of the Muslims. But after a certain time, in Portugal they were not so influenced as in Spain because the Christians took them away also. So they stopped building.
in the buildings that were already like constructed by the Moorish, like Christians destroy them or build like their own like they destroy all the Moorish architecture. So that's why in Portugal there are not many influences like in Spain.
And now these are some examples of the art they put into the tiles. These are more modern,
Pieces on the castles.
very modern, that it's still very influential, the Moorish style, because it's very rich in color, in art, shapes.
Yes, because Moorish style is rich like in everything, in color, in style, in their everything that they put into it. They like to decorate it all to the very top.
So these are some modern examples. More tiles and art.
This is in Spain.
That's a
Uh-huh.
It's a courtyard.
And we can see again the pool in there. And, well, the ceramics too. The ceramics was brought by the Moorish. Like, it was not their invention, but they brought it to Europe. Like, they make it popular, and it is still used, like, nowadays.
The what, I'm sorry?
The ceramics in architecture.
The that's another very beautiful.
In
Church.
Spain, like most of their architecture is found in Spain.
With a lot of color, figures.